Welcome to the latest DFA season update. I'm Michael Treeby. I've just recently taken up the role as Industry Development Officer. We started off the season with a little bit of rain damage, and some turned out to be not quite as bad as originally feared, although there was some damage around. It was also pretty interesting to see which varieties were resistant to the effect of rainfall. A problem that sort of has emerged later has been Queensland fruit fly, and that's caused probably a reasonable amount of damage as well. Those berries that have been infected or have had eggs laid in them, they'll generally shrivel and be rejected by the sorter or will just drop off, but they are an economic loss. So if we could avoid that situation in the future, that would be pretty good. So that means we have to start thinking about this early next season, not in February. The remainder of the fruit looks fairly intact and in pretty good shape. And generally, there's some reasonable crops around. But we'll see. We'll be able to check in April sometime to see how the season actually panned out. The maturity of most of the varieties has, anecdotally at any rate, is reasonably advanced. All the early varieties have been cut and probably even harvested by now. The mid-season varieties, by that we're meaning sort of Selma Peat, Sultana, and the more recently released Murray Bold, they've probably been cut as well and they'll be more or less probably ready for harvesting early next month, second or third week of March. Okay, that's for most of what's happening this season. I'll save talking in more detail about post-harvest vine care to the next update. And there we want to talk about just how to take care of those vines to make sure they go into dormancy happy. And we want them to go into dormancy happy because when they come out of dormancy in spring, they grow a lot better. And that's a much, much better thing to try when we're trying to set up canopies and produce good canes and so forth. Thanks very much.